the special pink drink now.
Yes, but don't drink it, Peppa.
I recently watched Peppa Pig and saw many interesting mistakes. I would like to share them with you, starting with the episode which is called
Emily Elephant.
The animators once again showed their laziness, because the windows of the house don't have the drawings that were visible in other episodes. So, first Peppa comes in, then Rebecca, then Danny, a couple more animals, and last into this zoo comes the cat. Then why in the next shots does Peppa run in again instead of Candy? And it's not even a replay, because Candy runs in second. But wait, that's not all. The door from the outside opens outward, but when looking from inside, it opens inward. And for some reason, the distance between Peppa's ears widened. Luckily, this was fixed when she took off her outer clothes. Speaking of that, Zoe Zebra is the only one whose clothes went through her neck.
Today, we have a new pupil.
Daddy Pig.
I really wonder why the upper shelf has three-dimensionality, but the lower one is filled with solid color. Was it really that hard to finish drawing?
Hello.
Emily is a bit shy.
Madame Gazelle, who was standing to her left, disappeared.
Who would like to show Emily where to hang her coat? We just need one. Peppa.
Could you please leave? You stink, and I don't want Emily to feel uncomfortable.
What would you like to do today? Painting, clay, or building blocks?
Why did she point at the building blocks with her gestures all 3 times?
I don't know.
Everyone wants to sit next to Emily Elephant.
Look at the building blocks on the table now.
Emily,
And now look at them. Not only did they change color and symbols, but there are also 2 more of them.
like this.
I don't think barking at someone is the best way to get acquainted.
I might do like this.
Let's study the moment when Peppa pulls Emily by the hand to the playground.
Yes, Madame Gazelle.
At first, Peppa apparently made a small mistake and grabbed her by the trunk. Then their hands separated from each other, but apparently by the force of gravity, Peppa still managed to pull her.
Let's see who is the loudest. Okay.
That was quite loud.
Okay, I'll try.
I've always wondered why the Peppa animators give the characters massive chins when they inhale air. I mean, mewing doesn't work like that. An elephant cannot create an airflow strong enough to blow them away. Look, poor Pedro's head almost came off his body from that.
Would you like to play my favourite game? What is your favourite game? That's my favourite game too.
Madame Gazelle loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
How convenient that 4 more puddles suddenly appeared nearby, which later spread apart on their own, and nobody got dirty, even though Emily was lying in the mud. In other episodes, they weren't this lazy.
George's friend.
While everyone around is playing with the children, having fun, Pedro's mom is just standing still, looking off into the distance. She doesn't even watch her son, who runs past her. Maybe she's tired of this world. Or maybe she just...
Are you all ready?
Ready!
Then let's go! Then let's go!
When he started spinning them, the animators didn't even try to do it properly, they just shoved all the characters into the foreground. Look how Danny is standing here. His legs are on both sides of this beam, and in this shot, Danny took the role of the pole in the middle. And really, even without watching frame by frame, it's obvious that your head can't stay turned in one direction while you're spinning on a carousel.
Here is Rebecca Rabbit.
Actually, this gate was not to the left, but below the playground.
Hello, everyone.
It's interesting that Richard casts a shadow, but the dinosaur, which is wider than him, does not.
Let's go really, really fast.
George is a dinosaur just like yours. Let's go and see.
Okay, she walks to the left and reaches George, which is impossible, because if we look at the diagram from the beginning of the episode, on the left there is only a fence. She should have walked to the right.
George, it will be much more fun if you share.
If this is considered fun by his mother, then I think even greater fun would be if she shared with me her house and one of her children. I haven't eaten barbecue in a long time. Maybe what Mummy Pig does would teach George how economic inequality works, but it definitely wasn't fun. And by the way, in this shot, Mummy Pig's arm is growing out of George's nose.
Richard, let George hold the dinosaurs now.
From all this nonsense, George's ears even started spreading apart.
George and Richard love the sandpit.
We are going to make sand castles.
If the sand was distributed so evenly, just from being tossed with a shovel, then it's too loose and dry, you can't build a sandcastle out of it. And also the shovels in this shot don't cast a shadow, even though they did before.
You see, playing together is fun.
In this shot, there's one big pile of sand, even though in the previous shot, there were two small ones.
It was your...
And now, the shovels have disappeared from their hands. And in this shot, the buckets next to them have disappeared.
George loves the seesaw.
Bouncy ball.
Why does the door, when opening, look like a plank with a nail in the middle? Look how carelessly the top part of the door was cut off.
Whee!
George throws the ball as high as he can.
The ball was in the air for 4 seconds, and by my calculations, George threw the ball up to a height of 18 meters. That's much higher than their house. I'm sure George has superpowers.
Here is Peppa's best friend, Susie Sheep.
Wait, all this time they had a plum tree growing in their backyard, and this is the only episode where it's shown? Well, okay, but much stranger is that the right handlebar of the bicycle is behind Susie, which means she is holding it sideways, parallel to the bicycle.
Peppa and Susie like playing tennis.
Ball boy!
When George grabs the ball, everything is fine. But when he lifts it by 1 centimeter, the ball's shadow disappears. And by the way, next to this tree, Susie's bicycle should be lying, but it's gone. George grabs the ball, everything is fine. But as soon as he moves it, the shadow of the ball lags behind the ball itself. While George was carrying the ball out of breath, the animators left without finishing the job. George deserves better.
Thank you, ball boy. Ball boy!
How could you do that? I hate you. I've always hated you. I'll give you a real reason to cry.
Wheel starts!
This is the worst football directing I have ever seen in my life. He kicked the ball as weakly as possible and right to the opponent. Now, when Peppa has the ball, she can run to the goal. The animators were too lazy to even make the characters around move at all. In this scene, only Richard is running.
Go, Rebecca, go! The goal is not allowed. Yes, it is. No, it isn't.
George and Richard open their mouths, pretending they know how to talk. Maybe they want to look more menacing that way.
Football is a great game.
Why is Richard's shadow smaller than George's?
Swimming.
Daddy Pig!
It's interesting that Daddy Pig's leg shadow appears only when he opens the door, and also his body goes halfway into the green booth. Maybe there is simply no partition between their booths. That means, okay, let's not bring up this topic.
Daddy Pig does look hot.
Peppa,
How did Peppa close the door without touching it?
Hurry up, George. Everyone's waiting.
Daddy Pig.
Peppa? George, let Daddy put on your armbands.
Wait, where did he get them from? Is he keeping the armbands in his trunks? If I were George, I wouldn't put them on.
Now we can go in the water.
To be honest, the way she looks into the camera scared me a little. The number of rungs on the ladder changed. Now there are 3, while in the previous shot, there were 4. Her arms became longer than the size of her body. What's happening with Peppa's hands? Why is there only 1 finger sticking out of the armbands? I'm just as confused as George.
It is George's first time at this.
To show part of the body underwater, the animators darkened part of his belly. But why is this darkened part not fully underwater? Did the animators want to show that the body got wet?
1 foot into the water.
His tears flew a meter away at once, and this happened before he even started screaming. I can't imagine how much sadness he has inside him.
Maybe you should try the...
With her little brother, Richard Rabbit.
First, between these 2 shots, Mummy Pig disappeared. Second, look how close they are to the corner of the pool.
Hello, Rebecca.
And now in one shot, they moved away, and now Rebecca, with her little brother, is there. George's arm is separated from his body. These armbands are just floating detached from his body. Here, Peppa is standing right next to the wall. Here, the wall on the left has disappeared. The distance between Peppa and the wall changes literally in one frame.
Oh dear, Richard has dropped his watering can into the pool.
Oh no, he dropped the watering can. How are they going to get it back, considering the pool is 2 meters deep, and from this angle, it's actually 1 meter? I forgot that the animator's memory lasts about 10 seconds, and they can't keep track of this.
Please hold my glasses, Mummy Pig.
Without his glasses on, Daddy Pig cannot read his newspaper.
This is ridiculous.
I understand why air bubbles are coming out of his mouth, but why are they also coming out of the lower part of his body?
Well done, Daddy Pig.
Maybe someone was curious where the second arm of his glasses goes. It just disappears.
Silly Daddy, your tummy is too big.
Just shut up. I'm tired of always hearing about my flaws. How dare you, you little stupid pig who has achieved nothing in your life, criticize me for my appearance? Your belly is just as round. Please hold my glasses, Mummy Pig. I can't see anything. Somebody must have put my glasses somewhere. Watch me from the side. Worry Peppa. Whee!
This jump looks like an impossible miracle, which is exactly why I don't understand why only Peppa is looking at him. Everyone else is looking off to the left.
The time capsule.
Today, we are going to make a time capsule.
Why do the books cast a square shadow normally, but the blocks cast a round shadow? And also pay attention to the fact that behind Peppa, there are 3 cabinet doors.
What's a time capsule?
Now, after zooming in, there are 5 cabinet doors. At the same time, their number also increased in the shots where Madame Gazelle is zoomed in. In this shot, there are cabinets standing continuously between the windows. And here, there is a gap.
It will show people in the future how we lived.
How?
We'll put special things in this box.
How?
We'll bury it in the
How?
Now, what things should we put inside?
Wait, the children didn't even know what a time capsule was. So she just randomly gathered them and asked them to give up their things? It's unlikely that anyone brings something to kindergarten that represents the spirit of the time and that they're ready to part with, like a music CD.
Music?
Very good, Susie.
Susie is handling the CD carelessly. You can't hold CDs with bare hands like that, because if you scratch the surface or leave a greasy fingerprint, the information on it will be hard to read. I look at this and wonder who is more careless, Susie or the animator who drew her ear half cut off from her head.
Stamps. A carrot.
The carrot will get soft, rot, and spoil everything else that was in the capsule. But I don't care. Just look at how poor the background quality is.
What will the future be like?
What do you think it will be like?
It's been 19 years since this episode came out, and Peppa's better off not knowing what will be done to her in the future.
I will fly a space rocket.
The fire is flying in a different direction than the engine is pointing.
We'll record a message for the people of the future.
They are standing against a wall background, even though the camera is pointed toward the exit and it should show the door. Also, in this shot, Emily is to the left of Rebecca, and in this shot, Emily is to the right of Rebecca.
Mummy, Daddy, we've made a time capsule.
The clock shows 4 o'clock in the afternoon, exactly the same as at the beginning of the episode. The only thing that changed is that for some reason, they hung a sheet under the clock.
Daddy Pig is digging a hole in the school garden for the time capsule.
This is the worst place for a time capsule. Already the next day, they will lose the spot.
The tree has grown a bit since then.
Whee! I found something.
Why is the time capsule above ground level? It was deeper.
The videotape of your mummies and daddies when they were little.
Now on the TV, there is no globe. But in the previous scene, it was there. And in fact, there should be a door on the right, not an empty one.
Windy autumn day.
Peppa is going to the park.
In this shot, while everyone is freezing, George is just silently and slowly rubbing his tummy as if he wants to go to the potty. And all because the animators were too lazy to call the voice actor to record George making that sound.
On cold days,
Am I the only one who thinks that jumping into the car is not only strange but also unsafe? Because if you miss, you'll fall off the hill. Luckily, these piglets are more agile than my cat.
Ooh, and let's get the heating on.
Why did the car start shaking from just pressing a button? That's not the start button. Also, look how weirdly her scarf moves separately from her body. And look at this steering wheel. It looks like it's attached at the minimum distance from the surface, even though in reality, it should stick out with a bend.
this is the park.
We're here.
By the way, this big brown thing is the front seat where Mummy Pig should have been sitting, but for some reason she chose to stand in the car, and I wonder how she fastened her seatbelt while standing.
Mummy, why are all the leaves red and yellow?
Probably she's about to answer that trees save energy by dropping their leaves, which would actually be quite educational for a children's cartoon.
It's autumn time, Peppa.
But no, she says an absolutely obvious fact for Peppa, who has already seen autumn several times. That answer would only make sense for George.
The wind is blowing the ball along.
Why is the ball flying from above if it was slowly rolling along a flat surface?
The ball is in the pond.
I'll just use this stick.
Did he just pull a stick out of his pocket?
Don't worry. I've almost got it.
Let's just imagine how his legs are positioned in this shot, considering we can't see them here. Well, I tried to do everything correctly.
Whoa.
And now on the left, some ducks have materialized, even though before they were on the right.
Be careful, Daddy Pig.
Don't worry. I've almost got it. Whoa.
The wind has blown the ball.
But why did the wind blow the ball away only now? If judging by the flying leaves, it was blowing the whole time.
No.
My father used to tell me not to cry against the wind, or something like that. George's tears should have blown back into his face. But if we ignore physics, the question is how Peppa is holding her hat. Try grabbing your head. Your thumb will be turned backward, not like Peppa's.
It's in that little tree.
I'll just climb up and get it.
I'll give the tree a little shake.
For some reason, all the leaves ended up only on one side. George's hat started staying on during the strong wind purely by the power of the plot.
Oh, all right.
The wind is strong enough to hold up Daddy Pig.
Okay, now it's time for some serious math. Daddy Pig, who weighs at least 140 kilograms, is standing at a 40-degree angle. That means the wind speed needed to hold him up would have to be like a hurricane, which means George would have been blown away even harder than that ball and would have ended up with several broken bones rolling down this hill.
Sports day.
The children have to run as fast as they can.
I think I will win. I can run very fast. I can.
Now behind them, there is sky and a flat surface, although in the previous scene, there should have been a hill. And why, while everyone is watching the children, are Miss Gazelle and Miss Rabbit staring off into empty space?
100 miles an hour. I can run at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Peppa, Susie, stop talking.
He had a whole 6 seconds to say it, but he just stood there smiling.
The winner of the race is Rebecca Rabbit.
She gave her a cup with a star drawing.
Thank you.
But when zoomed in, the drawing on the cup changed to a triangle. The animators failed the simple task of just zooming in on the picture.
George, ready, steady, go.
George has jumped as far as he can.
Richard Rabbit, ready, steady, go.
Yes, Richard won in long jump, but I think George is cooler because at least he cast a shadow when landing, which Richard did not.
The mummies and daddies will run the first part of the race.
There should be flags next to the dashed line.
Come on, Daddy! Come on, Daddy!
And in this scene, something strange happens. Daddy Pig comes first, and all the children are standing in a row. Now, the children have just disappeared, and the adults who were supposed to be doing the relay handoff are running further by themselves. Emily is running in the second lane, even though she started in the outer lane. That means she deserves disqualification, not an award.
Ready, steady, go.
Come on, boys!
Wait, why is Mr. Zebra cheering on the boys to win? He has a daughter on the other team. I think he doesn't love his 3 daughters and always wanted a son, but I can't prove it. Danny's arm started growing out of his head.
Both teams win.
At first, Rebecca was given a cup with a star image, then a triangle, and now there's a shield. Also, Richard was given a cup with a spiral image. Now there's a shield. Emily was given a cup with a star image, and guess what? Now it's a shield again.
Polly's holiday.
So Peppa and George can look after her.
The hill on which the house stands has expanded to the left. Look at what it was like in previous episodes. And yet they preferred to park on the slope instead of this perfectly suitable spot. By the way, the fact that the house door is simply left open for Grandpa Pig's arrival is an important plot detail that will be revealed later. Grandpa Pig started jumping out of the car without even taking his suitcase, but in the next shot, the suitcase teleports into his hand.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, George.
Polly is very excited about her holiday with Peppa and George.
This is rough treatment of animals. In Polly's cage, there is no bar to perch on like a branch, which is stressful for birds, and because of that, she has to poop under her feet.
Hello, Polly.
Did Grandpa Pig also forget how to close doors behind him? That's a bit strange.
This is Polly's food.
What's
Polly's food. George? This is Polly's food.
chocolate cake?
No, not chocolate cake.
She lifted it on the side where it says Polly and has various stickers. Then she turned it to the other side, but it's absolutely identical. I can understand writing the pet's name on both sides, but sticking the exact same stickers in perfect symmetry is strange.
Polly likes bird seed.
Why did the animators give the parrot such an annoyed face when they said she likes seeds? Just a moment ago, her beak expression was normal. I think not only is she kept in an uncomfortable cage, but also fed unappetizing food.
It's very important not to give Polly food.
Grandpa, can Polly come out of the cage?
Yes, but you must keep all the...
Wait, but there is no door in this cage. How does he plan to open it? Right, the door simply appeared out of nowhere. It will disappear the same way it appeared when a single frame.
So Polly doesn't fly away.
But she doesn't have wings. This is just a cucumber on 2 forks. I'd like to see how it's supposed to fly.
Polly will go very big and burst like a balloon. Pop!
If I were the animators, I wouldn't spread the fingers so wide, turning the hands into plus signs. Although I drew hands kind of like that in childhood, I don't think that's an excuse.
Oh dear, George has forgotten to close the door.
Hello, Miss Rabbit. 4 ice creams, please.
Thank you, Miss Rabbit.
George touched the ice cream with his tongue, and only his tongue got brown. Peppa touched the ice cream with her tongue, and her whole face got smeared.
George, you forgot to close the door. Polly will have flown away. It's Polly!
Hooray!
In this shot, the distance between Peppa and George is reasonable.
But Daddy...
And in this one, Peppa is smearing ice cream on the back of George's head.
Are you having a nice holiday?
In the very last shot of the episode, there's a mistake. The editor cut to other episodes too early, and for some reason, Daddy Pig's head was duplicated.